Mr. Krishnamoorthi, you're now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman Stile. Thank you, Ranking Member Morelli and members of the committee. Thank you for the opportunity to testify before you today about the need to ban members of Congress from trading individual stocks, bonds, and other similar financial instruments. Maintaining the public's faith in government is pivotal to preserving Congress's institutional legitimacy. Frequent reports of suspicious stock trades, failures to comply with the Stock Act, and revelations that members of Congress can actively buy and sell the stock of companies they regulate or to which they appropriate money have shaken the public's faith in Congress's ability to make decisions purely in the public's interest. This leaves our constituents on occasion with the impression that we are serving our own financial interests rather than their interests. That is why it's crucial that we prohibit members of Congress from trading individual stocks, bonds, or other similar financial instruments. Members should not benefit from insider financial information obtained as a result of their positions, nor should they have financial interests cloud their policy making. A congressional stock trading ban is extremely popular with the American people. Overall, 3/4 of voters support prohibiting members of Congress from trading stocks while serving in office. And the support holds true across partisan lines, with 70% of Democrats, 78% of Republicans, and nearly 80% of independents in favor of a stock trading ban. Nonpartisan experts also strongly support these common sense reforms. This level of cross-partisan public and expert support is a mandate for comprehensive action in this Congress. Last Congress, I worked collaboratively with Democrats and Republicans who share the fundamental goal of fighting corruption and rebuilding confidence in our institutions. There's no better evidence of that common purpose than the many strong bipartisan proposals which exist, such as my own bicameral bipartisan Ban Conflicted Trading Act. While the specifics of different pieces of legislation differ, their spirit is the same. That is why I'm optimistic that in this 118th Congress, we can work together to develop and pass comprehensive, bipartisan, bicameral legislation to ban congressional stock trading. That said, it's important that any final legislation include a set of policies that would address the multiple related problems that arise from members owning and trading individual stocks. Specifically, as 7 other members and I stated in a letter to Speaker McCarthy last month, any final legislation on a stock trading ban should include the following 3 components. First, it should cover all members of Congress, their spouses, and dependents under the age of 18. Second, it should require them to either divest prohibited investments within 120 days of an effective date, place such investments in a truly qualified blind trust, or it should require them to diversify such investments by placing them in widely held, diversified, mutual or exchange-traded funds or U.S. Treasury bills, notes, or bonds. And third, it must contain clear enforcement mechanisms and penalties that are sufficient to ensure member compliance, while omitting any gimmicks, carve-outs, or exemptions that undercut the purpose of the legislation. The American people widely support these policies across partisan and ideological lines and have given us a mandate to pass clear and comprehensive legislation. There's just not any excuse to act any further on this particular issue. It should be a top priority of this Congress to finally pass this legislation. In July 2022, then Leader McCarthy promised to take action on a stock trading ban should he become Speaker. I respectfully encourage Speaker McCarthy to follow through on this commitment by bringing strong, comprehensive legislation which meets the above principles to the floor as expeditiously as possible. I also respectfully request this committee, the House Admin Committee, to hold a bipartisan hearing, at least hold a hearing on this particular issue, putting in place a congressional stock trade ban, and work in a bipartisan fashion to advance comprehensive stock trade ban legislation. So just to summarize, I respectfully request that you folks please hold a hearing on this issue as soon as you can. Again, I thank you for your time, and I yield back.
Thank you very much.